It is day 11 of Australian Open 2021, women's semi-final day, and back to analyse two very exciting matches that we've seen today are Matt Trellope and Nick McCarville. Welcome, gentlemen. We'll start with you, Matt. Naomi Osaka in a straight sets, will we say demolition of Serena Williams? It was a strange match, a couple of nervous moments for Naomi.
Yeah, probably demolition is a bit of a strong word for that, because Osaka started quite nervously herself and went down an early break, but once she kind of relaxed into the match and she got over what she described as the intimidation factor of facing Serena across the net and knowing what Serena can do to her her serves on the return. Once she kind of got that out of her head, it was one-way traffic until she was a set and a break up. And then there was a wobble late in the second set where she double faulted 3 times, dropped serve and it levelled at 4-all. But then she didn't drop another point. Yeah. And an incredible turn of events, hit 3 backhand winners to break Serena straight back and served out the match at love, and it was done. It was an incredibly kind of calm, controlled performance, didn't panic when she potentially could have. And yeah, a straight sets win into a 4th major final.
Yeah, and she just played championship stuff right at the finish line when she needed to.
And some unusual scenes, Nick, as Serena left the court and then also about an hour later in press.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. The match itself had this strange feeling to it, I think, overall, and Osaka did play better, as Matt's saying, but then Serena, really stopped, waved, and put her hand to her heart to the crowd as she walked off the court. It was kind of a moment all of us were thinking, wait, is this Serena saying farewell? And then she's asked about it in press, and she said, listen, if it was, I'm not going to tell you guys, which is, her right, obviously. But then Serena did get quite emotional in press and opted to leave the press conference. I don't think any of us should read anything into that. It is Serena's choice to do so. I think she's worked really, really hard to get back to this level. She's run into players like Halep, Andreescu, and this time around Osaka, trying to get to that number 24. I think that all bubbled to the top. But man, what a great win for Osaka today.
So Osaka advances to the final in a couple of days' time there. She'll take on Jennifer Brady, who defeated Karolina Muchova, Nick, in 3 very interesting sets.
I mean, this was an athletic match. These are 2 players that we love on the WTA and women's tennis. They play all court game. They've got spins and slices, and Jennifer Brady has really taken the last 15 months, John, to get herself in the best possible shape. She's working with Michael Gesserer in Germany. She left the States. I thought that was really important for her to mature. It took her, I think, 14 minutes to close out an 18-point final game, but the whole time she's backing herself. She had 5 match points. I think it was really frustrating for her. Maybe it felt a little bit like, am I going to get broken here and then who knows what's going to happen? That's the work she's put in the last 15 months. She was a U.S. Open semi-finalist and now her first major final.
Incredible story. We look forward to the women's final on Saturday. Now let's have a preview of tomorrow's men's second semi-final. Matt, Daniil Medvedev up against Stefanos Tsitsipas, and you had a good look at the Russian yesterday.
Yeah, he's in similar to Osaka, actually, who just won her 20th straight match against Serena. Medvedev has extended his winning streak to 19 and is going for his 20th straight, which is just a really cool symmetry in both sides of the draw. He was brilliant against Rublev, continued the domination of that head-to-head. I don't think he's ever dropped a set against Andrei Rublev, now 5-0. He's playing great, and it's the nature of his wins to get to this point. He's got this streak, but it's also he's won so many matches against top 10 players among that 19 in a row, which is more notable. He's back in a slam semi. He made the US Open semi-finals last year, but this is the furthest he's gone in Australia. Must be feeling really, really good, and comes into a match with an opponent that he dominates the head-to-head. It's 5-1. He's kind of owns Tsitsipas. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if that dynamic continues into this match.
And Nick, what about the Greek last night, coming from 2 sets to love down against Rafael Nadal? Only 3 men have done it to triumph in 5.
I mean, it's mind-blowing what Tsitsipas was able to do against Rafa. Rafa helped him a little bit in that 3rd set tiebreak. He had a couple unforced errors that were really uncharacteristic as far as Rafa goes, but take no credit away from Tsitsipas, who had his breakthrough here on the main stage a couple years ago against Roger, only to lose to Rafa in the semifinal. He's taken those 2 years, John, I think, to come full circle. He's been a fixture at the top of the men's game, and for the way that he continued to back himself against Rafa, He's going to have to do that against Medvedev. Medvedev had more rest after that quarterfinal drubbing of Rublev, whereas Tsitsipas played late into the morning, actually, against Rafa. So I think the body has to be right, but he's going to give himself a fighting chance. That 1-5 head-to-head, I think that is in his head a little bit. But for Medvedev, for me, he was the pick from the start. I think he's just got a little bit more of a chance to get into the final.
That is men's semi-final number 2 coming to you on day 12. Well, thank you, Matt and Nick, for your insights today.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Oz Open YouTube channel and check out all the great daily content with some daily playlists, all the best content from the day curated every single day. But for now, from day 11 at the Australian Open, a very good bye.